Hey guys, it's Could Gone Mad. Welcome back to NightCry. This is episode 3. I'm pretty bummed because I actually recorded a substantial amount of footage of this game. I would say, I think like 2 or 3 episodes worth at least, and apparently I had some issues with the drivers for my microphone for some reason were like corrupt, and apparently the audio was going in and out on all of the footage that I recorded. It was useless. I couldn't salvage any of it. So I have to re-record, which is unfortunate, and it's going to shorten it's going to inevitably shorten the gameplay footage because I know what to do for at least a portion of the game. But I guess we'll just have to make do. So I will be replaying. Anyway, I had said in the previous footage that I had recorded that the ghost in my head gave me a couple hints. Number one being that we missed an item. So we came back down here as Monica, which we hadn't even reached a checkpoint with Leonard yet, so I had to continue as Monica regardless and redo it. A severed hand. It has a wedding ring. So basically we used the 4 quarters that we found in the grocery store and put them in this vending machine. And also there's actually a hint. When you load your game, there's a little map. It's sort of like a tree, like a branching story tree that shows you decisions you could make. Actually, it's more along the lines of like items you find. And if you remember in previous Clock Tower games, it's pretty much the norm that certain items you find actually influence the ending that you get. And it asks you questions like, did you find the wedding ring? And that piqued my interest right away because I didn't know anything about a wedding ring and I knew that I missed it, but thankfully the ghost in my head pointed me in the right direction. So now we're actually going to go back, and the other thing that the ghost in my head told me was that the phone chargers also work as save points, which is a really helpful tip because I don't want to have to keep replaying parts of this game, especially because I've already done it like 15 times. You have no idea. So we're going to go save and then continue on because I've also been running into some crashing issues, particularly in the bar. I don't know why, but there have been some issues there, so hopefully we'll reconvene as Leonard momentarily. Alright, we are back as Leonard, and by the way, for anyone who does play this, if you go into the storage room, the one at the very end, where the exit is to find Eric when you're playing as Monica, if you do not use the smartphone light when you go into that door after you unlock it, there is an instant death. I didn't show it, I didn't record it, it was actually in the last recording that I had done, but this time I just avoided it because I wanted to get past it. It's nothing interesting to look at, it's basically just the sound of her being murdered, but if you don't have your light on your smartphone, you will die. I just thought I'd warn you. I'm a little bit tired now. I've already played through this part. I've already played through all of Leonard's chapter and then part of the following chapter, so it is kind of a shame. And now I'm, a little mentally exhausted. It's 10 o'clock and there's a storm outside. My cat's freaking out, but we're gonna get through it. The rescue boat crane appears functional, but without the boat. So all of the lifeboats are missing, and we're gonna go talk to the crew members to get some insight on this, basically. Ah, Professor Leonard, the situation does not look good. Oh, hello, Eric. Do you lads have any idea what's going on here? I'm afraid we probably know a little more than the passengers. All we know is that there has been a mass killing taking place aboard the ship. Passages between various areas have been cut off. On top of that, we are unable to reach the captain and the crew. They have sent an SOS, right? I can only hope. I have to talk very fast with the dialogue. My biggest gripe so far, and actually that's probably a benefit of you guys not seeing that footage because I was getting frustrated as hell. The dialogue doesn't stay on the screen long enough for you to read it, and in many instances, I have no idea what they're saying because I'll read a couple words and the dialogue will move on. And I understand not having full voice acting, the original games didn't, and it's a budget thing. You can't pay, they're an indie developer, they can't pay a bunch of voice actors to do all of the dialogue in the game. But it is stressful when you're reading it and you have no idea. And sometimes the dialogue does not repeat. I mean, when you exhaust the dialogue, then it repeats, but a lot of it doesn't. So if I don't read all of the dialogue, I apologize. It's impossible for me to. It gets worse as the game goes on, not better. But let's continue talking to Eric. How are your students holding up? They've barricaded themselves in a cargo hold in the shopping area. I'm worried because some of them haven't joined the group yet. It's the safest place I can think of. A cargo hold in the shopping area, you say? Very good. Okay, we've exhausted his. I think we have to go back and forth between these two to talk to them, because that's what I did previously. By the way, Leonard is, I've gathered, a professor. I mean, they keep calling him Professor Leonard, you see that. And Monica is one of his students. Maria, I believe, is the other professor aboard the ship. And Rooney is another one of the students we haven't seen yet, and we will see her after this chapter, actually. I know you. Professor Leonard, I'm Kobe, the purser. Ah, that's right. You're the lad who came in to check on my shower. You really helped me out. I was screaming like a little girl when ice-cold water started spewing out of it. Professor. Get your priorities straight. Yes, sorry, there's a mass murderer, and I'm just going on about my cold shower. I'm very spoiled. Yeah, we came to assess the situation and help people evacuate, but... Did you see the lifeboats are missing? You mean all of them? We didn't really check the other side of the ship, but I guess, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there aren't any on the other side. What else do you have to say? Should we assume that someone dumped the life rafts intentionally to prevent our escape? That might be a reason, Professor. Take a look over there. Hmm? I see it. Some kind of light. A lighthouse? Or something lit up like a bonfire? I don't know how you could tell that's a bonfire from over there, but whatever. You can even see the land that it's on. At least I can't. There are many deserted islands. It's probably a group that headed toward the island on the life rafts. What could the source of the light be? Odds are passengers or crew members or both used the life rafts to get there. Right, that's what I think too. I don't know what their intentions are, though. If they only wanted to escape from the ship, why touch the other life rafts? We need to catch up with them. I don't know about you, but I don't plan to swim there. I'll let you on a little secret. I'm a natural-born sinker. I see. That's a shame. It is a shame. Is there another way to get to that island? It won't be easy. Even if we try to swim there, these waters are occupied by sharks, so I wouldn't swim to an island from the ship. I wouldn't try. I mean, really. That's like a last resort. And you didn't even know what the fire is. The route to the communications office and the bridge is cut off. We have an intermittent connection to the MTN, the satellite network, but so far we haven't found an effective way to communicate with people on land. So this is what it's like to lose our all we can really do is send smoke signals from the deck. I'll make the preparations, shall I? No, that was a joke. So this guy Eric, who we saw in the last chapter, and we've seen throughout, we know something's wrong with his neck or whatever, but I was a little bit confused when I played because I didn't understand, I guess. Actually, I still don't understand the timeline. I'm not going to get into it yet because you'll see what I mean. I don't understand the timeline. Oh. All I know is the chapters don't take place consecutively. So, like, this chapter isn't directly after Monica's. So there's a life raft in this thing, and we're going to go, oops. Clicking off the screen is like the end of me. Let's go talk to them, Kobe. Are you two aware of the yellow box over there? Isn't there a life raft in that box? Yellow box? Oh, that's right. We prepared an inflatable life raft in case of an emergency and totally forgot when it was actually an emergency. Never thought it would come to actually use it. Now you can both get to blowing it up. I'll be cheering you on. Don't you care to join us? Sorry, I'm not too confident about my lung capacity. Plus, my doctor specifically told me not to inflate any life rafts. So did mine. It's not an interest of mine, not a hobby of mine, and if I was with a crew that forgot that they had a life raft, like, 3 feet away, I would make them blow it the fuck up as well.
I'm not sure what's going on, but whoever is on that island probably knows more.
So you think they're terrorists?
Maybe. If they were, they probably would have made some kind of statement by now. Anyway, we should keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're terrorists unless terrorists can float around without legs. Like the Scissor Walker.
I'm going to take a look. You lot stay here.
Won't it be dangerous?
Someone needs to guard the boat, or we could end up stranded here.
I'd be like, I'll guard the
Don't worry
boat.
about me.
I'm not going down in the frickin' wilderness.
As you please.
It's where the wild things are. So, at least now you won't see the embarrassment of me having no idea what to do, because there are a few situations right now where it's not obvious what to do, and I'm going to make it look really easy, like stupidly easy. The boats are empty. Finding clues here seems unlikely. That's how I felt when I played this, and it took me 25 minutes to move forward in the game. But you won't see that. You'll only hear about it from me, and you won't understand the breadth of what I'm saying. Life rafts from the Oceanus. There were more boats missing from the Oceanus. I suppose they arrived at another part of the island. It's a creepy thought. So I would have never guessed that you have to check, like, I don't know why I didn't find the footprints, and you have to check them like 15 times, but you do. It happens in point and click adventure games. Sometimes it's you just miss the next thing you have to check, and it's usually something minuscule on the screen, like a pixel, and you can't move forward. I eventually found it on my own, but you can see it's not particularly obvious. It seems obvious, but it wasn't. I hope it's simply a band of jolly people who suddenly got the urge to start a campfire. So we're basically approaching the bonfire that we saw from the ship. I keep clicking on the same thing over and over and over because I'm not paying attention, but I apologize for that. And there's also something funny over here. A human arm! Oh, it's just driftwood. Keep it together, man. Good job, Uncle Leonard. Alright, we're gonna move on now. So you can't move past this until you've checked the footprints. So I just wandered around like a buffoon. Let me check to make sure that the audio is still recording. Yes, the audio appears to be working. I don't know if the levels are what I normally have them set to, but it seems to be recording. Okay, so you see this guy in the distance has a mask. I believe he is actually from the ship, and we're gonna not go toward him because we will die. Oh, I just got caught by him. If his light shines on you, it's an instant death. Well, at least you can see it. I've seen it 5 times already, so...
What?
No! Stop!
Yeah, I've seen it enough. I've seen it way too many times. So this time we're going to be much more sneaky. Sneaky. And we are going to run by, hopefully, while he's not looking directly at us with his flashlight, because... it is a pain in the ass to get killed by these guys. So basically they're like a cult and they wear these masks, and I don't really know what the deal is yet. It hasn't really been explained, but you'll see more of them. So we found our first location, which is this little cabin in the woods. Let me remember. A rusty gas canister. It is just about possible to make out 1970 printed on this label. If memory serves me right, the filling period for a gas canister is about 20 years. What a relic! Let's see if I can look at the floor. These are human bones. It seems they've been here a while. I don't think I saw that last time. We want the gloves. Gloves with a non-slip coating. These could come in handy in the forest. Get it? Handy. Oh, Leonard. Alright, Water of a light brown color is running from the faucet. Yuck, I really don't want to drink that. At least it's here if I really need it. Kobe said this was a deserted island. Is that really the case? I wonder. Well, I don't know. You already saw a person, and you're wondering if it's deserted. I think you've answered your own question. I don't think it's good to turn that on, because actually I died. So the gas canister is still usable, which means someone is filling it up regularly. I think you can die in here from messing around, and you die from the fumes, basically. And it's just a little cutscene of him, like, collapsing to the ground. Mostly English books, but there seems to be books written in other languages as well. English, Italian, German, and this must be Arabic. I can't imagine a group of transnationals living here. I've heard the crew of a cruise liner speak 4 languages on average. Well, I don't know about that. There's a phone charger. We can save our game. We can just save our game. A baseball has been stuffed into the bottom of the box. Well, this is the first thing I've found that shows any signs of humanity. Back in the day, I worked so hard on my breaking ball, aspiring to be my hero Lefty. I'm not sure it will be any use, but I might as well take it with me. Yes, it actually is a huge use. Canned food is scribbled on the top of the box. So this little radio here, let's look here. The faded pinup shows an image of a smiling woman in a bondage-like bikini. This is Betty, not Grable, Betty Page. She was in her prime in the 1950s. Could this pinup be from back then? I don't know. These are all questions that I don't know the answer to. Your guess is just as good as mine. So I haphazardly was using this radio, and you can, I think there's like 20 different stations or channels you can try to dial, and only a couple of them work, and some of them are an instant death. Like I said, the gas can kills you. So this little thing you only get a brief look at, but it has different channels, and channel 16 is distress, so that's what we're going to call. I think you can also call, the first one I called by accident was 5. And we got a little clip of him talking to somebody mysteriously, so let's do that. A radio, and it still works. I wonder, I may be able to call for help with this. Well, let's do it. Or not. Let's try 5. Because that's what I did the first time. Huh? Are they reading us? What the hell was that? So I don't know what that was. It's kind of creepy. I tried the number. There's a number on there for the Oceanus, but it didn't work. I died instantly when I did that one, so I don't know. The actual correct one is number 16. So we're going to make our little distress call. This is Coast Guard's ship. We've picked up a distress call. Are they reading us? Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is passenger liner Oceanus. Current status, mass murder on board. Vessel immobile, requesting emergency assistance. Over. Roger that. Relay vessel coordinates. Over. Coordinates? Coordinates. Exact position unknown. Estimated to be in the vicinity of the Caribbean. Roger that. We'll commence search and rescue operations. Hopefully things will be alright now. Well, they won't be. Spoilers. I guess I have no choice but to believe they will. So we're going to save really quick. I don't think there's anything else in here that we need. We got the glove specifically and the ball we can't move forward with. So we're going to put the smartphone here and save. Oh, I didn't show you guys his smartphone. There's nothing particularly useful in there. I am surprised by the lack of phone numbers he has in his contacts, though. He actually only has, oh, no, he has more than that. Who was I thinking of? Oh, you know what? I think Rooney. Rooney doesn't have very many in hers. Alright, but Leonard has a bunch of people, Kelly and Jessica. Which, Jessica is also, if you find her body, apparently that influences something in the game, because that's also on the, branching story tree menu thing, which I should probably show you guys at some point, but Maria Ortiz, that's the other professor, and I don't know who all these other people are. But I just thought I would show you, and his snap and post isn't particularly interesting. It's just pictures of sushi, which is lovely, and pictures of Zachary Levi Hartman. I don't know who you are. And Khan Ozkan. I don't know who you are, but you look lovely. Let's post. Nope, I can't. Okay, moving on. I love browsing my snap and post while I'm on vacation. Running through the woods to grandmother's house. If you go to the left, well, it's up here actually. There's nothing to the left. You end up behind the guy in the mask, which you can't interact with him whatsoever. And if you move too close to him, you die in the same way we already saw. So we are going to go this way instead. We're going to go to the right and see some creepy shits. This playthrough is going to be much faster than the one earlier today. Next, we are going to look in this pit. The pit of despair, apparently. Yeah, it's a rave, by the way. That's why people come to this island. What monsters did this? Are they like the horrific Sonny Bean clan of legend? We should send in an investigation team once this is over, though right now I can't even bring myself to take another look. It's aboriginals. Don't judge them for their rituals. Some dirty cloth and a tube of something or other have been left lying on the floor. I might be able to use this tube of super glue that just happens to be here. I can use it for a first aid for cuts. It's magical. I'm so grateful for the natives having super glue on hand for me. And you'll see why. Alright, next we go down. And we go to the right, and we go back here, because we're going in a weird circle thing. We go this way, and we're going to run into another guy in a mask. And hopefully not be slaughtered by him. I'm going to turn off my light just in case. I don't know if you can see it or not, but... See this guy? If he shines his light on us, we're doomed. So we kind of have to get over there. Well, let's try. Get over here. On the ground behind the shrine is an object on the floor about the size of a human fist. This object I did not find for like 45 minutes when I played this, and it took me forever. It's like a needle in a haystack, and you need it to move forward. A fragment of a cracked mask is on the floor. This could be a clue. I should hold on to this. So it's actually a piece of the mask that these guys wear. This appears to be a gong. If I had something to hit it with, I might be able to distract the guard. And, flat base is similar to the Bayon style, but this looks much more primitive. Bayon being, like, temple in Cambodia. I got my knowledge from Survivor Cambodia. Alright, let's look at the ground. The surrounding floor has been polished to a shrine. To a shine, excuse me. Are there people from the boat who landed here? I don't know. Okay, so now we need to get back over here without being seen. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, that's close. Alright, now we use the baseball to hit the gong. Bullseye. Nice aim, Leonard. You can't see me here. I'm only a foot away from you, but you can't see me. I'm invisible. Can't hear my footsteps behind you. I walk so tenderly through the cave. Okay, we're gonna go up here, and we will soon find something interesting. Turn on our little handy light. And there's something creepy in here that scared me, and I'm glad you're not going to see my, I guess it's kind of a shame you won't hear me cry and scream. It's not that bad. It's not like a jump scare, it's just something that creeped me out. These clothes belong to the people on the life rafts. So the people on the life rafts came here and became, like, cult members in, like, the matter of an hour. This looks like female attire. Are women in the group that took the life rafts too? If there are women with them, then group may be terrorists, but with gender equality being so widespread these days, perhaps I shouldn't generalize. I have no idea what he means by that. He's basically saying, like, I think he means that they might not be terrorists because they have women working with them. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. This sculpture doesn't seem to have any religious quality. It's just a creepy-ass sculpture that somebody threw together because they wanted to. It kind of looks like a mannequin. The drawers are empty. That's okay. I think the only item we actually need... I don't know if we can take the candle or not. There's nothing out of the ordinary. I don't think we need the candle. I think it's just there for whatever reason. A plastic container has been shoved onto the shelf. I thought they might be something useful, but they're not. They have nothing to do with anything. They're just there. The mirror is polished, and here we found the other half of the mask.
Ah. Those people I saw along the mountain pass and the caves were wearing this mask. This one is split in half, though. I can't use it.
I was really hoping the mannequin would come to life, because that would be creepy as shit, but it's actually just this, like, smoke that, like, if you go down, it takes over and slaughters your ass, so what we're gonna do is actually kill it. It's actually in the mirror, and I talked in length earlier about how I don't trust mirrors in these games, so... it's a common horror trope, especially in games, because it's just easy to make the mirror evil. Anyway, the cracked mask has been left on the desk. The men I saw along the way here were wearing masks just like this one. Its primitive design and the fact that it was chiseled out of rock suggests it was imbued with a cult something significance. I don't know. I can't read it. Especially now it's late, I'm tired. Let's actually use the super glue on it.
That should do it.
I'm not a huge fan of this chapter in general.
I should be able to use the mask now.
The game is clearly better with Scissor Walker in the picture. But you don't have to worry because next chapter will be fun, fun, fun. Okay, so we have the mask now. I think that's all we need from in here. I'm going to save just because I'm so glad to not have to do this part of the game again. You have no idea how many times I died stupidly. There's a lot of trial and error in this game, which I can appreciate. And I had a lot of fun playing earlier, so I don't want to sound like I didn't. His shadow looks bizarre. It's just like his... It looks like he's holding a ladle. I don't know what that is. Anyway, we're going to move on. Oh, we didn't see the scary thing. It didn't happen. There it is. That creeped me out so much earlier. It creeped me out to a stupid degree. Like, you can't even comprehend how much it creeped me out. Okay, so now, I just had to check the recording again because I'm paranoid like that. I don't want to lose another couple hours worth of progress in the game just because of a stupid driver that isn't apparently not compatible 100% with Windows 10. Which, how would I have known? How would I have even known that? So the light we could see from the boat was coming from that giant bonfire. A crowd of those people wearing masks are gathered over here. I fear I won't be able to keep it out of their sight much longer. That is okay, because we have a mask and we can become one of them, and they're too stupid to notice. That is why I don't think that they're human or that they're mentally human. I think that they're being controlled
Maybe they
somehow.
won't notice it's me from a distance.
From a distance, no. I got up right up in their faces, and they didn't notice, so... And we could even go check out this bonfire situation. I don't know how to click on it. A group of masked men and women surround the bonfire. The people that have been hung, were they passengers, or... In either case, this group is clearly a mob of crazy, cold-blooded killers. Maybe don't stand so close to them. Don't run into that guy. He won't notice. We will go into another cabin in the woods, which Leonard likes to refer to them as huts. I'm not sure why, because they're clearly log cabins, like literally log cabin with like modern lanterns. Ew. The only thing we really need to do, if you check the door, there's a guard on the other side of it, so we basically... Oh my god, look at his shadow! Oh my god, did you see his shadow? Rewind and look at it. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's because I got my smartphone on for no reason. So, we have to get that guy to move, and luckily he left his cell phone sitting on the table. Someone has left their smartphone here. Well, let's have a peek at it. A name, most likely the owner's, is displayed on the unlock screen. Will Anderson. If I had the ship manifest, I could determine who he is. I'll add his information to the contact list in my smartphone. It may come in handy. You added Will Anderson to your contact list, so now we're going to trick him. I don't think there's anything else down here, so we're going to go into this little room. Sorry if I appear to be rushing. I just know there's nothing else to look at. I'm pretty sure anyway. I'm not like 100% sure, but I feel like, oh yeah, the rope. We're gonna take this. I may have to go Indiana Jones on someone, so I'm going to hang on to this. I'm gonna put this giant coil of rope in my wallet and move on. So this is where shit gets interesting. The shelf is lined with books with the same title. This is the Hermetica? Must be more volumes than even the largest of anthologies. If these are copies of the original Hermetica, no, that's impossible. They were probably conned into buying a fake. I don't know what the Hermetica is. I thought it was a musical instrument. I don't know anything! Let's check up here. Elphus Levi, Agrippa's The Three Books of the Occult. All these books are on the occult. They are mostly Russian. Unfortunately, Russian is Greek to me, so I can't even understand the titles. Actually, I'm pretty sure Russian is Russian to you, and that's why you can't read it. But I'm nitpicking. Is someone sterilizing their false eye? Whoever it is must be the owner of this place. I bet they're holding the keys to unlocking this mystery. I've got to let the students waiting back on the ship know about this as soon as possible. They cannot trust the guy with the eye. The artificial eye is dancing in the beaker. I need to warn them about this character with a prosthetic eye. So we know it's Vigo, or whatever his name was from the first chapter, the guy that Monica helped him light his little beaker, and, yeah. So basically he's in on this somehow. I guess this is his room? I don't know. Deformed frogs and other animals, as well as fetus-like masses of flesh, are preserved in formalin. I recall a British collector showing me this in the past. His was a darker color. If memory serves, they call this a Hand of Glory. Putting aside whether it truly holds magical powers, it's quite an interesting subject. I couldn't read any of that dialogue, or at least not all of it, and basically this is a decrepit wolf that's like falling apart. The fur is falling off. It's not being properly maintained. It's rotting. It's a rotting corpse. And the security guard, or whatever he is, scary. They're called the Faithful. The game keeps referring to them as the Faithful. If you go into the menu, it shows you a list of like horrors that you've seen, and these guys are called the Faithful.
I could get down this way.
Don't worry. We are going to call Will Anderson. So he's actually moved, and if we use the rope here, we can scale the building. I'm surprised the guy doesn't hear him, but whatever. They didn't even notice us when we were like right in their face, so. Oh, my arthritis. My bad hip. Okay, so, moving on. There's a well in the distance. Samara, I have come for you. I have come to save you and your rotting corpse. Don't worry, my daughter. Please don't come out of the TV. A well in the woods. It's very deep. I can see a faint light coming from the bottom, though. It's not the moonlight reflecting. This light is man-made. I don't know if he dies if you don't take him or not, but I just randomly used the gloves here when I played this earlier, and it worked. I didn't even, like, figure it out. It was just pure luck. I can't burn my hands. I think maybe because he'll probably fall if you don't use the gloves. And possibly die? I don't know. It'd be worth checking out, but I just don't have the patience right now. I've already been through all this.
A suspicious tunnel.
It's a lot like when Jennifer or Helen go down into, like, the tombs or whatever of Clock Tower 2 and the Barrows Castle in the Barlow Mansion. Handy gloves. Next, you're going to see the weirdest little configuration of items and their uses I've ever seen. So there's these hands, and if you go in there, you die. So we're going to use the Hand of Glory, which we didn't know was actually a lighter from, like, a gift shop in frickin' Disney World. And now we won't die, assuming I do this correctly. Oh no, it's the hands of Labyrinth. Out of my face. Ew, out of my face. Out of my face, out of my face. He's totally unfazed. I'd be like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. He's like, oh, I've seen it all now.
Looks like I made it across in one piece.
Alright, I was hoping this door would be some kind of puzzle, but it's not. It's just an interesting looking door. Ew, there's bodies. I don't remember the bodies. This is disgusting. The bodies have been hung upside down and cut in many places, allowing blood to flow freely into the vases. It rhymed. The corpse is slightly pale, indicating that most of its blood has been drained. That's delicious. I actually didn't see that earlier. Okay, so now let's go open this. A massive, sturdily constructed rectangular box lies in the center of the room. A coffin-like box. A mysterious room. And what an antique-looking setup. I hope Christopher Lee isn't blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's open it. Enough of your silly jokes, Leonard. I'm the only one allowed to make bad, cheesy puns. I actually don't make puns. I just say obnoxious things that make little sense to most people, but... Jerome! Okay. Jerome's shoulders are weakly rising and falling. It seems he has been put to sleep with some sort of drug. So he is alive. What's this? There are numerous scars on Jerome's back in some sort of pattern. Did the people on the island do this? These scars seem much older. Ugh, I have the hiccups. If you remember, Jerome is like the guy that was apparently really into Rooney, and Monica was pissed. And we're going to actually see that in the next chapter, which is very exciting. Okay, it's a ritual knife. It's kind of like the one... I think there's a dagger in Clock Tower, too. It's kind of like that. I don't know anything about Nepali shaman. I'm sorry, Leonard, I can't relate to you. The rituals these people perform must be a syncretism. Whoa, the candles are like fucking schizophrenic. Numerous candlesticks are on the altar. The flame of each is flickering. Nothing points to a specific religion. This must be a shady cult. They're so shady. I will make a creepy, stunning revelation. Geometric patterns have been drawn all over the entire floor. A magical square, but I can't see the whole picture from here. So let's go up higher and look down. I can see the entire image from here just as I thought. It's a magical square. This isn't? A black silhouette is cast over the magical square. I hope I'm wrong, but does this silhouette represent the Oceanus? If so, the rite will be performed on the ship. No, wait, if that was the case, they would have gathered at the island with... Oh, blah, blah, blah. That the real ritual wouldn't take place on here, but instead on the... Yes, it makes sense. The Oceanus must be the site for the real ritual. Then my students are in grave danger. I need to get back to them. So apparently somebody's conducting this ritual. And, that's very creepy. I mean, we don't have the whole picture yet here, but... The curtain is swinging slightly, perhaps caught in a draft. Does this door lead outside? But before that, I need to check the room a little more thoroughly. Do I really? I thought I checked everything. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Jerome is still lying in the coffin with no signs of waking up anytime soon. I think we can leave. I think. It's staged on the Oceanus. Well, apparently we needed to just comment on the fact that Jerome was still alive, but...
Where's the professor? He was supposed to be here by now.
I don't know. We just have to wait.
Professor, who's that?
He was held captive by some strange men. Don't worry. He's alive. Quickly, back to the ship. They're targeting the Oceanus.
The Oceanus? What do you mean?
I can explain later. We need to hurry. While you're at it, can you get this man a jacket? We can't have him freezing to death.
Yes, sir.
So now we're headed back to the ship. Where shit's gonna get real, kids.
Well, somehow we've made it back. We have no idea how many of them are on the ship. We'll have to eliminate... What was that explosion?
It's the terrorists.
Hey! Get back to the ship as soon as...
Plot twist. Yeah, I didn't trust him either. So I'm gonna basically end this episode here. I hope to see you in the next one. I'm sorry if this ends up being long. I don't know what it's gonna be. But we're going to play as Rooney in the next episode. This feels like a good stopping point for this one, so I will see you in the next epi.